we made a video on how to find the logarithm of numbers, but today we are going to use statistical tables to find the logarithm of this question, which we have here: 4.078 raised to the power of 3, 4.078 raised to the power of 3 divided by square root of 6316. Then we also have the next question, which is the third root of 218 divided by 3.12. Then we have the next question, 36.12 raised to the power of 3 times 750 divided by 9 divided by 113.2 raised to power 2 times the square root of 92.5. Then we have the next question, find the square root of what's here. So we are going to solve these questions together. So I think we should start with the easiest. So let's start with the easiest question, which is this is the easiest question. So we'll start with this. So I hope it's very visible to you. We'll start with this question right away. So I hope it's very clear to you. Make sure you follow up with the question. All right, so we have the question on the board. The first thing you are going to do whenever you are going to solving this kind of question, you are going to draw a table. You write number, you write logarithm. So the first part, you write number, you write logarithm, you write operation, then you draw your table in this format. So you have number, you write logarithm, then you write operation. Then there's another part again, which you will get to know the meaning of that other part very soon. So now the number, also take note that we are going to divide in logarithm. We divide into numerator and denominator. So we don't just look at we don't just solve everything at once. We base our attention on the first thing, we look at the numerator and the denominator. So in this part we have the numerator, so we are going to start with the numerator. Don't just start finding the logarithm immediately like that. You make sure you divide it into numerator and denominator. So the numerator here, we have 36.12. Now if you've watched the video which I made on logarithm first, you will understand that I explained to all my students that the first thing you must do whenever you are looking for the logarithm of a number is to change that number to standard form. So the first thing you must do whenever you are looking for the logarithm of a number is to turn that number to standard form. And so 36.2, you see the point is here, 36. You see this point now, 36.12. So we are going to change it to standard form. That means the decimal point will come here. We are taking the decimal point backward by 1. So meaning that 36.12 we have 1 point, because it's going to be times 10 raised to power 1. So the logarithm there is going to be 1 point something. So now the next step, you will come to your table. This is your table now. You come to your logarithm of numbers. You can see the logarithm table. This is cubes. Let's go to logarithm. So this is logarithm table now. As you can see, this is our logarithm table. This is our logarithm table. So the question we're given is 36.12. So we'll go to 36. So under your logarithm table, you go to 36. This is 36. 36 around here. 36 under 1. This is 1. 5575. So 36 under 1 difference 2. So this is known as, this is column. This is the column. So you have the number here, use it to search. Then you have the column. This is the column. Then this is the difference. So this is the difference. So where we have 36 is 36 under 1, which is 5575. So the first step, you will write 5575 somewhere first. Then you will go to difference 2. 36 under 5 difference 2. So under difference 2 is go to 2, trace 2 down. What do we have there is 2. So this is 1.5577. So this indicates that under this place where we wrote 1 point, what we are going to add next is 1.5577. 1.5577. That's the first part. Then the next step is we will still come back again to check our question. Check your question. What do you see here? What you see here is 36.12 raised to the power of 3. Now, take note that whenever you see raised to the power of 3 here, this raised to the power of 3 means that you will multiply by 3. You will multiply by 3. So you will come here and write 36.12 raised to the power of 3. We already know that 36.12 is 1.5577. So you multiply 1.5577 by 3. Let's check. 1.5577 multiplied by 3. This is 1, 2, 21, 23, 15, 17, 17, 15, 16. So this gives us 4.6. So this gives us 4.6731. Now, the next step, we'll move on to the other part of the numerator, which is 750.9. Now, under this 750.9, we are going to convert this 750.9 to standard form, which is 1, 2. Because you know that it's going to give us 7.509 times 10 raised to power 2. So this will give us 2 points. Now, what are we going to do? Come to our logarithm table again and search for 75 under 0 difference 9. Now, this is 75. 75 under 0, you can see 8751. 8751. Now, under 8751, difference, I think what we have in the question is difference 9. So difference 9 is 5. Difference 9 is 5. I don't know if you can see it. Difference 9 is 5. So we have 8751. Difference 9 is 5. So we are going to add it. We'll add it. 5 plus 1 is 6. 5, 7, 8. So this is 8756. So remember, whenever you are looking for a number, you first of all come here, trace the number in the column, write the column, then add the difference to the last digits. So this gives us 8756. Now, after getting this 2.8756, we're going to write 2.8756 here. Now, the next step, you will check the question again. What do you see here? What do you see here? You see multiplication. Now, this multiplication in logarithm becomes addition. Multiplication becomes addition. So you come here and add them together. 7, 8, 14, 15, 7.58, 5487, 7.5487. Then the next step, we have the denominator. So under the denominator, we have 113.2. Now, under 113.2, we'll change it to standard form. We have 1, 2. So this is 2. We'll go to our logarithm table and search for 11 under 3 difference 2. 11 under 3. 0531. 0531. Difference 2. 11 over other 3 difference 2. Difference 2 is 8. So difference 2 is 8. 8350. So this is 0538. Now we'll come and check 113.2 raised to the power of 2. So when it's raised to the power of 2, we multiply by 2. So multiply by 2. So multiply 2.0538 by 2. So this will give us 16, 7, 10, 2, 1, 4.1076. Then the next one, we have a square root of 92.5. So the square root, we first of all find 92.5, change to standard form, which is 0, to give us 1 point. Now, after having 1 point, we'll go to 92. 92 under 5. 92 under 5, we have 9661. 9661. So we have 1.9661. So we are going to find the square root of 92.5. Now this square root means divide by 2. So we're dividing 1.9661 divided by 2. So when we divide it, we have 0.987 9, 8, 3 983. Let's call this 05. Okay, so we can call it 0.98305. And now we have this, so we are going to add these two together. 4.1076 plus 0.9831. So we have 7, we have 9, we have 0, we have 5.090907. Now come and check this part very well. Check this last part very well. What do you see here? As you can see, what you see in this question is division sign. So this is a division sign. So this division sign means subtraction. So subtract the values. So we are going to subtract the numerator from the denominator, and this will give us 7.5487 minus 5.0907. We subtract it, we have 0, 8, this is 5, 4, we have 2.4, we have 2.4580. Now if we have gotten 2.4580, the next step is to find the antilog. We'll find the antilog. So to find the antilog, we'll go to antilogarithm of numbers. This is antilogarithm of numbers, and go to 0.45. We'll go to 0.45. 0.45 under 8. 0.45 under 8. 2871. 0.45 under 8. We have what we have here, 0.45 under 8. What we have here is 2871. 2871. Now if we have 2871, you will come and check what the number here is. What we have here is 2. So take note of this point very well. What we have here is 2871. Check very well. This is 2871. So if the decimal point is 2 points, now if it is 2 points, it indicates that it's in standard form. That means the answer is 0. Is the number in front here is 0, but the number here we have is 2. So if it is 28.71, it indicates that the number here is 1. That's raised to power 1. If it is here, it indicates that it's raised to power 2. If it is here, it is raised to power 3. So since it is 2, the answer will be, it will be, if it is 2, it will be here. So that means the answer will be 278.1. 278.1. That's what we are going to have as our answer. 278.1. 278.1. So 278.1. So that is it. So you can easily check it, and you observe the values very well. They are very similar. So take note in this question. Now I may not need to solve this question, but to solve this question I will give you the hint. To solve this question, what you will do now, you have 38.32 times this. What you just do, just note that this is equal to what you see here is square root. So in the case that what you have here is 38.32 times 2.964 over 8.637 times 6.285 raised to the power of 3 over 2. Because this 3 over 2 indicates that this 2 is the base, this 2 is the root, while this 3 is the power. So meaning that everything here will be divided by 3 over 2. You know, this 3 over 2 you see here is covered by the numerator and the denominator. So meaning that what we have here is 38.32 raised to the power of 3 over 2 times 2.964 raised to the power of 3 over 2 divided by 8.637 raised to the power of 3 over 2 times 6.285 raised to the power of 3 over 2. So meaning that in your table, just the way we did this, which is also a very simple something, you find number and you find logarithm, then you find operation. So after you find the number, you find the logarithm, then you find the operation, then everything is settled. So in this case, your numerator will be this. You multiply, instead of in this place you see raised to power 3 over 2. When you see raised to power 3 over 2, it indicates that you will multiply by 3 and you divide by 2. In this case, now when you have a raised to the power of 3 over 2, you multiply by 3, divide by 2, then multiplication becomes addition. In this case, you now multiply by 3, divide by 2. You now go to denominator, you multiply by 3, divide by 2, multiply by 3, divide by 2. Then you subtract because of the division sign. Now for this question is very technical, so I will solve this question. 4.078 raised to the power of 3 divided by square root of 6316. Now to solve this question, a very simple question, we are going to write number, we are going to write logarithm, we are going to write operation. So we draw our table, number, logarithm, and operation. So for the number, we have 4.078. Now check very well, it's already in standard form, so that means we are going to have 0 points in this place. So you will go to your logarithm table and search for 40. Go to your logarithm table and search for 40 under 7, 6096, 40 under 7, difference 8. Difference 8 is 9. So meaning that we have 6096 plus 9. This is 0. So what we have is 6105. So meaning that this will be 6105, 0.6105. Now what we have here is we will now rewrite it because this is raised to the power of 3. So this will give us 4.078 raised to the power of 3. So this means that you will multiply by 3. So multiply 0.6105 by 3. Let's check what we will get. Or multiply by 3, 15, 1, 3, 18, 1.83, 1.8315. Now what we have here now, this is for numerator. Then now we go to denominator. So now when we are going to denominator, we write 6316. Now under 6316, you know the decimal point is here, so we move 1, 2, 3. So meaning that it's going to be 3 points. Now when we go to 3 points, we are going to our logarithm table. Now we go to our logarithm table and search for 63 under 1. 63 under 1 is 8000. Under 1, difference 6 is 4. So what we have is 8004. So means that here will be 8004. Now we have square root of 6316. Square root of 6316 means you will divide by 2. You will divide by 2. So now let's divide 3.8004 by 2. This will give us 1.9002. 1.9002. And if we have this, you are at a particular area. That is the point I needed to explain. I want you to observe very well. Now in logarithm, when you get to this situation, what will you do? When you get to this situation where the numerator is smaller than the denominator, will you just keep it like that? No, you will not keep it like that. There has to be something that you will do in this case to get what? When you subtract it, you'll be able to get an answer. And that is how you now come in to do this. This is 1.8315. Then what we have is 1.9002. You will subtract the way it is. You will subtract the way it is. So 5 minus 2 is what? 3. 1 minus 0 is what? 1. 3 minus 0 is what? 3. Can 8 subtract 9? No. What will you do? You borrow 1 from what? 1. Borrow 1 from the 1 becomes 0, then add the 1 to 18. What will it give you? 9. Now point. Can 0 subtract 1? You know normally 0 minus 1 will give you minus 1. So meaning that minus 1 in logarithm is known as bar 1. Minus 1 in logarithm is known as bar 1. So meaning that what we are going to have here is bar 1. So our answer will be bar 1.9313. So if actually you are wrong in some situations when you now start taking this one up, then you take this one down, you use your calculator to subtract. It is wrong. You cannot subtract with a calculator in this case. All you just need to do is to subtract the way it is. Subtract the way it is. Now, after doing this, we are going to find the antilog. Find the antilogarithm. So go to your antilogarithm table and search for 93. You search for 93, which is 93 under 1. 93 under 1 is 8531. 8531. Difference theory is 6. Difference theory is 6, which is 8537. So 8537. Now, after getting the antilog 8537, you will check very well what's here. Bar 1. I said it. When it is 0, it is here. When it is 1, it is here. When it is 2, it is here. When it is 3, it is here. But when it is bar 1, it is in front. So the decimal point will now come to the front, which is what? 0.8537. So bar 1 indicates minus raised to the power of minus 1. That's why you have 0.8537. Bar 1 indicates 0.8537. But when it is 0, it's here. Decimal point will be here. When it is 1, the decimal point will be here. When it is 2, the decimal point will be here. When it is 3, the decimal point will be here. So this number in front here indicates where you are going to indicate your decimal point. It is going to be here before the number you find the antilog of, or